debt. They can print, every time they print money, they have to buy U.S. Treasury bonds, some kind of note. And what makes people poor is they take this debt and consume. They buy a house, they buy a car, they buy Prada shoes, and I like this stuff, you know. But they use debt and they get in trouble. That's what the Greeks did. They took your money and they drank it. They had a great time with it. I was there. It was wonderful. I thank you for the party. No, I'm not kidding. I love Greece. It's a great place, you know, all this stuff. And we were there, and they were bitching about that they actually have to pay back the debt. They didn't know. They just thought it was free money. You know? So they're not taught them. They're taught differently. So the trouble with the Greeks is they consumed it. Same with the Italian. And Mr. Berlusconi had his Boomba Booga parties and all that stuff. I love Berlusconi, you know, I think he's a wonderful guy. I never got invited to a Boomba Booga party. Or you can use debt for assets. And once again, that's the event in Rome, is you have to learn how to structure, it's called structured finance. It's how you use equity and debt to acquire what you want, but the property has to pay off the debt. You don't want to pay off the debt. The problem with this debt is you have to pay it off. The good thing about this debt is somebody else pays it for you. And this is where the rich really get rich. But this is the whole subject.
Yeah, the other thing is so when we buy things over here, we actually make sure it works here. So this gives us some money to do this. So in other words, like when Robert and I want to buy a new car or something like that, we actually buy an asset to produce the cash flow to buy the car. So it's different. We don't actually go out and get what we call bad debt, credit card debt, or bad consumer debt to buy things. We're buying assets that kick off cash flow, right, Tom?
Right.
So it's different.
And for the women in the group, that's what, you know, Ken and I, our wives, Laura and Kim, really don't shop that much. Ken and I shop. You know, we have the same watches, you know.
One day old.
Panerai is Italian. But anyway, Prada shoes and all this stuff. But when I wanted my new Porsche, years ago, I didn't have any money. Kim says you can have the Porsche, but you have to first buy an asset, and the asset will pay for the Porsche. And that's the kind of relationship we have as families. So the point here is this: part of your financial education is learn how to use debt. And that's what Ken will be coming and talking to you, showing you how he structures his finance so the banks say yes. Okay. So would you please take a moment and discuss right now the possibility of debt. Since debt is the new money, how do you use debt to consume, but you can also use debt to get rich with. Please take a moment and discuss that. That's very important for financial education.